Hey folks, so I've just been over at my little boat. It's a beautiful day for November in the south coast of England, surprisingly so. Today I wanted to show you something that's really dear to my heart, and sadly I'm going to be selling this. I haven't really driven it much in the last few years, so I want to show you a car that everybody's been asking me to do a video on. So here it is, my beloved Volvo 480. This car is from 1990. This has got 22,000 miles from new. It's in pretty much as new condition. It's in really beautiful condition. And this is my 9th 480. I've had 9 of these cars over the years. My first car was a 480. And I've got to tell you, these are amazing. If you're looking for a usable classic that's got all the mod cons, there's no better car. Sadly, most of them have rusted away now. Most of them got pretty much unloved and they've sort of corroded away, but this one is really beautiful, and I want to show you some of the crux of the 480. It's got a very wedge shape. This car was developed in the mid-80s, built in the Netherlands in collaboration with Renault and Porsche, and it's a cool car. I really think it's undervalued, underappreciated, but the time is coming now when these will get a big following. This isn't a turbo model. There was a turbo. I have a turbo as well, but not in this condition. So I just want to show you this car. So there's some unique things. Obviously you've got the pop-up lamps, you've got long range lights, you've got fog lights, you've got DLRs. Daytime running lights were on this car from the very beginning, as back then in Sweden and Scandinavia you had to have lights on during the day, so they all had DLRs before DLRs were made famous by Audi, of course. It's got a glass tailgate, which is quite unique, harking back to the P1800. And I'll just show you the interior. Excuse my packet of crisps there from my lunch. Look at that. On this particular car, it is beautiful. You can see here the carpets and everything. These are the original rugs, and it's just as new, really. You've got these beautiful bolstered seats that are really soft and really comfortable, and they move in lots of different directions. The cockpit of the dashboard wraps around the driver, so you get to see all the information. You've got some cool features. You've got built-in speakers, you've got tweeters, you've got a really lovely lockable glove box that is also flock lined. Look at that, you wouldn't imagine that, would you? And you've got seatbelt extenders. These are very brittle, but on this car they're perfect. You just fold that back down there. And what's unique about the 480 is the 2 individual rear seats. On later models they had headrests as well, but on this model from 1990 there was no headrests. And these seats are also adjustable. So if I step in here, I'll jump in. So when you're in the car, excuse my fingers there folks, I'm doing this amateur style as usual. When you're in the back, there's a surprising amount of room, and you can adjust your seat here. There's a little adjustment here, so you can recline the seat back or bring it forward. It's a great space. You've also got another speaker here as well in the back. I think they were an optional extra back in the day, but this car has them. So it's a 2-way speaker here as well. You've also got this big big cupboard here, and you can put loads of things in there as well. And that sits between the seats. That's just the seat cover. And there's also an ashtray here as well. So yeah, it's really cool. You've got a lovely headlining here. You've got a dome light here with some spotlights in the front. You've got a moonroof that's electric, so it tilts back and forth, up and down, with a beautiful mirrored finish on the top. In the back, you've got a tonneau cover, so you can protect anything that's in the back, because this is, as I say, this is a glass lift gate, so this protects everything, but we'll show you this in a wee second. And we'll just jump out now and I'll show you. I even love these, the little door locks are so cool as well. And in this car, the seat belts illuminate, so you can see where to put your buckle at night time. Also, the door locks illuminate. So when you pull on the handle here, this lock glows green, so you can see where to put the key. It's a really, really good thing. It's got all the original Volvo stuff there. And then this is the moonroof with a nice, with a nice mirrored finish. My favourite part's probably the back. You've got an electric aerial here as well. My favourite part's probably this rear design. I think it's timeless, and the lights are beautiful. The lights fade over time. They're very hard to get, but this car, they're perfect. You've got the original mud flaps and everything. And if we open up the tailgate, Also, one of the first cars to have a catalytic converter. They kind of pioneered the technology, so there you are. So if we open up this tailgate, which is all glass, harking back to the older Volvos of the 60s, you've got a little beautiful tonneau cover here. You open this up, you've got this beautiful immaculate boot space. Underneath, you've got a spare wheel. This one's brand new, never used. You have a little light here as well. You've got storage cupboards either side to put all your bits in. It's really clever. And then this all hooks back on together, and you can sort of see there the rear seats. There's catalyzer there as well. What's unique about this car as well, if you remember back in the 90s, some of you won't, but I sadly do, a lot of cars had steel gutters that ran along the car. And what happened, over time they would rust, and if you drew a window open, the water would run down and drip into the car. With this Volvo, everything is hidden. Everything is beautifully smooth. So when you open the door, there's a rubber seal here that runs all the way along the car, right underneath the trim. So all the water gently runs away out of sight, completely covered in. And it's the same for the bonnet. This engine bay never gets dirty because it's completely sealed from all the elements by rubber seals all the way around. So when you open the bonnet, and I'll show you this, when you open the bonnet up, you'll notice. So if I just latch it, it's a very heavy bonnet, this car. Oh. So if we just lift the bonnet up, you can see that there's seals here inside the wings and along in here. So the engine bay is always pretty spotless in this car because it's completely sealed in. This bonnet was manufactured by Renault. It's a composite bonnet and it's extremely heavy. You have it at the normal position, and then you can lift this up, forgive me for my fingers again, and you can put that into a full 90 degrees. So you've got perfect access to the engine bay. You've also got a diagnostic port here as well. The turbo model, the turbo's back here, but this is a normal standard car with 110 horsepower. I think the turbo's 120 horsepower, so it's not a huge amount of difference, but the torque is noticeable. Close it over. We've got the original wheels, of course. And if we go inside, we'll bring the lights in. You've got the magic pop-up lights, of course, which is awesome. And if we jump in here quickly, so this is the interior. Sorry, the sun's quite bright now, isn't it? This is the interior of the car, and you can see the lovely dashboard. And this is the magic part. You've got here the Volvo computer. So if I just get my key, if I just start it up here, and you can have a little look, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. You also have an illuminated cylinder for the drivers, for the key, so you know where to put the key at night time. This is pre-keyless, of course. So if you look at the computer there, you'll see here a little display on the right hand side. So you've got range, oil. So if I turn it around, you've got range, 135 miles. You've got oil temperature. It's in Fahrenheit because I haven't changed it because I've put a new battery on. You've got engine temperature, exterior temperature, and over to the left, you've got average speed, average fuel consumption, and instant fuel consumption, which is blank because I'm not driving. All works perfect. On some of these Volvos, this can be a trouble thing. The electronics can be a bit flaky on the early ones. This car's perfect, thankfully. And you've got the speedo and the rev counter. You've also got over here your controls for the heated rear window and the fog lights front and back. This car has no less than 8 lights on the front. You've got your headlights, your daylight runner, you've got your DLRs, you've got your long range lights, and you've got your fog lights. So you've got 8 lights on the front. So down here you've got your long range lights and you've got your heated seats. It even has heated seats, and this is my favourite part, the cassette holder from the 90s. So you get your cassette, you pop it in there, and then you pop it into the vintage Volvo stereo. Fantastic. And it also has an electric aerial, which is cool. You can probably hear it there. You've got everything's flock lined as well. All of the trims are all flock lined. And you've got your electric window switches in the center console with your electric mirror controls. You've got another little center console, also flock lined. Take that, BMW. And it's a really cool space to be. I'm just sorry about all the sunshine. It's really quite bright. If we jump out again, I'll hopefully give you a better look at the interior. So we'll go around the other side. So you can sort of see now what the interior is like. It's a really nice place to be. If we just show you, it's a really nice place to be. Then you've got your dashboards, then you've got your individual rear seats in the back as well. It is a genuinely cool car, and if we start it up, you can sort of see there the rear lights. They've also got fail-safe bulbs, so if one bulb goes, there's always another bulb as backup, which is a safety feature. And if we start the car up, and then what we'll do, we'll put her into reverse, we'll bring her back a little bit. And then we'll pop the lights up. And we'll show you some of the lights in this thing. So you've got your headlights, you've got your fog lights, you've got your long range lights, and you've got your full beam. So if we show you the front now, you can see she lights up like a Christmas tree. Well, let's put the full beam on as well. So we'll show you this too. So put the full beam on, and that activates the long range lights as well. So you've got 8 lights on the front. So that's pretty cool. So, you know, if you're looking for a car from the 90s, 80s or 90s, that can be driven every day, that's reliable, really well made, safe, has every mod con, electric windows, electric sunroof, electric mirrors, heated seats. There's no better car than this. I mean, look at it. Finding a good one's very, very hard now, so you have to look to get a really good one. I've been very lucky. The next owner's going to be very lucky. I'm going to miss having this one, but sadly, I don't have a garage now. I've given up one of my lockups, so I don't really want this car sitting outside too long. It's been outside for a whole year, and there's zero rust. Everything on this car is absolutely perfect. It's zero rust. So I want to keep it that way. The 480 is a really undervalued car, and I really would hope that in the future it will become a more sought after machine because it's so unique. So there you go, guys, that's my Volvo 480. I hope you liked that, and if you have any comments or questions, please let me know, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, folks. Bye.